Hey guys, Chris here from Carolot Farm. As we continue to combat more winter weather post-winter storm Fern, I want to share with you today some of the challenges that we have experienced and faced with our youngsters and some of the ways in which boredom is really setting in and causing a few issues here and there. This prolonged winter weather is hard on all of the horses, even Sweetheart and Lady, but it has been especially difficult for the youngest three, Snuggles, Shenanigans, and Rockstar, and the three of them are just climbing the walls. After several days of frozen ground and super cold nights, the horses were definitely beginning to get stir crazy. You know, they weren't able to go out and graze on grass. They weren't able to stretch their legs because they were in smaller, safer paddocks. And the young ones were especially having a hard time. So clearly, what is going to be the hardest on the blanket, not only for Lady, but for if and when the boys have them, are going to be one another. I mean, no sooner did I put the blanket on her than Shenanigans was constantly trying to chew and pull on it. These guys have been out and about a little this afternoon, but everything is still super, super slick. The ring might as well be a skating rink. It's smooth, it's glistening, and it's frozen. My horses are continuing to chew on the fences, Snuggles especially here in the barnyard. It's really frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of makes me mad. I kind of chased her away because, darn it, stop eating my fences. They're bored. She's not hungry, I promise, but it makes me so irritated when I see them doing that. After a super cold night, I woke to more challenges. Not only had this trough frozen, but one of my friends, I would have to imagine Snuggles, the youngest, pulled the holder off, and it had also fallen down into the trough. It was frozen over with ice, and so we had a bit of a mess to remedy first thing this morning. Well, I don't know if my deicer is going to work because one of my horses has pulled it out of the trough and exposed the heating element while on. I can only imagine who pulled the deicer out of the trough and left it on the ground. That's the first time I've had any of my horses do that. It is disheartening because we really do need the deicers right now. It's getting so cold at night, and there's a really good chance that this one is probably broken now. I just am really disappointed. Having young horses is a bit like having children sometimes. Young children, that is. Toddlers, perhaps. You can't have nice things sometimes because all they do is chew on them and break them, and oh my God, I'm so frustrated. As you can see in those last couple of clips, I was really, really frustrated. That's really the most frustrated I think I've been working with youngsters, because it just felt like, you know, this reoccurring thing, like she just kept getting into stuff. And when she pulled that deicer out and I thought it was broken, I just felt deflated because we had been working so hard to combat all of the frozen sleet and ice. And I really was relying on those deicers to help make my workload a little lighter, you know, by not having to chop ice and carry as much hot water. So again, I apologize. I was really, really frustrated, but I woke up the next morning. I felt better. I reminded myself she is still very young. She is not yet 3. And so having young horses on a farm like this, you have to be prepared for some of the antics that they do have a tendency of getting up to. And it's not just Snuggles. I mean, Shenanigans gets into his fair share of things, and even Rocky can be a bit of a handful. But I would say that Snuggles and Shenanigans are the top 2. Hey guys, today is day 7 of Fern, the winter storm, or post-Fern, however you want to look at it. It was super, super cold today. Our highs maybe hit 20, 21. So all I've done today is feed and continue to bring hot water out to all of the horses, as well as hay, kind of interspersed throughout the day. So there's been no picking, nothing else today. I'll get to that tomorrow when hopefully our temperatures rebound up into the 30s, but it's just been super, super cold. I told you I've been bringing water to all of the horses, and that is new because for the past 2 days, Snuggles has pulled the deicer out of the red trough, and yesterday she was stomping and pawing at it. So I said, no more. I took the deicer away, which means I'm just having to bring them hot water and bust ice every couple of hours. it's the best I can do. I mean, if she's not going to keep the deicer in the tub, there's not much more that I can do to keep it there. So it felt like a losing battle, which is why I gave in. I pulled the deicer out, and now it's just the old-fashioned hot water. After breaking the ice, though, I will remove the large chunks to hopefully keep it from refreezing quite as fast after I add more hot water. Snuggles is so bored. You know, she's playing with her feed tub now. I told you she was playing with the deicers. She really needs a job, and she needs to get out and stretch her legs, and there's nothing I can do to help her. I feel so bad. My young horses are getting really bored, not being able to go out and play and explore and graze. And so Shenanigans, like Snuggles, has taken to chewing on my deicer. I can almost guarantee it was Shenanigans because I saw him earlier chewing on the cord here, and you can see somebody has broken the holder. He's currently pawing at the neighboring frozen trough. These guys, they're so bored. Sorry, Shan. Not much I can do, buddy. Not much I can do. It's hard being a young horse. You get into all kinds of trouble. Nothing to occupy your time. Eating ice isn't bad, though. It's better than eating my deicer cords. I'm not really sure what to do about my horses eating my deicers, or my fences, for that matter. He's over there chewing on the fence. These deicers, I had one last winter and it worked really well. My minis did not bother it. But this year, I think a lot of it is just the boredom. Again, it's been icy for over a week now. The horses can't go out and graze. There's nothing much for them to do. And because of that, I think they're just getting into this, that, and everything, such as pulling my deicers out of the troughs and or chewing on them. Came over to drink, and Shenanigans just wants to play. So Rocky says, okay, I'll get in on the action. Rocky was trying to roll on the ice, and then Shenanigans was coming over to play. Oh, be careful, guys. Oh, these young boys. You know, they do a lot of roughhousing and playing, and although they nip each other a lot, I've never seen like a cut or anything on them. Look who's the first one to venture out into the ring. It's finally slushy enough out here to where I have turned Snuggles and Sweetheart out here. I just want them to walk around. She started to canter and I was like, oh no, is she gonna run into me? So I want them just to be out here walking around. I'm gonna even put their next flake of hay out here because we have about another hour of sunlight, and the more they move around, the faster the stuff will melt, which is what we're after, and stretching their legs. Well, so much for walking. This is the first day turned out in what has been a pretty frozen ring. Oh, it's the wild one. All of the slush will, of course, refreeze tonight, but we've got another hour of, you know, softness, let's say. They're gonna finish up this bit of hay, and then I'll bring them dinner a little closer to probably 5 or 5:30 today. I'm trying to push everything a little later into the day as possible, but right now they're pretty happy. I've hung a jolly ball here on the side of the barn, just trying to encourage them to do something other than chew on the fences. You know, she can chew on it, she can bounce it around. It doesn't provide a lot of entertainment, but it's one of the things that we've tried. Two silly boys. I heard some chewing on fences. When my back was turned, who was it? I think we have found the culprit. Let me go get these guys some hay. They're still finishing up their morning hay. They're not hungry, they're just bored. Thank you for joining me today. And as you can see, my youngsters have been up to all sorts of things. Those poor deicers have taken a really hard hit this last 2 weeks, I guess. It's really been 2 weeks now. And who knows what else they'll get up to. But I have some ideas as to how I am hopefully going to help them combat boredom in a more productive way. There are some things that I am looking for and working on. So stay tuned, stay warm, stay dry, stay safe wherever you are. Hopefully it's not snowing, and we hope to see you in the future. Bye, guys.